See ya. What a beautiful morning. Well, man, it's sure great to be in Palm Beach County. You can't beat this. No wonder why everyone wants to come down here. We have a great announcement today, and I want to thank Publix for partnering with us. Before I make that announcement, just want to give a quick state of where we are in terms of the vaccinations. As many of you know, we are the first state in the country to say when we're vaccinating the general public, we're putting seniors first. We're going to focus on 65 and plus. And we're going to get through our senior citizens before we start worrying about young and healthy workers. And you have some guidelines and experts were saying do a 20-year-old healthy worker over a 74-year-old grandmother or grandfather. That's not happening in Florida. We're focusing on seniors. And so as of right now, we are close to 700,000 seniors that have received at least their first shot. And those numbers are growing rapidly. The reporting on this does lag. And I think it's also important to look back. You remember a couple of weeks ago, everyone was saying, oh, the U.S. isn't using the shots. So there's all these shots laying around. In December, I think there was some truth to that because of the holidays. You didn't see it ramp up. But I can tell you in Florida, now that we have the reporting of that first full week, and even last week, you're going to have more and more shots reported. But even what we have now, so Monday the 4th through Sunday the 10th, that's the first full week after the holidays. Everyone's back. There were 350 initial shots given in that 1 week in Florida. This past week, Monday through the 11th through Sunday the 17th, we're already reporting over 400,000 shots. And there's still going to be shots reported because sometimes these take 3 or 4 days to be able to report. So those are at a clip faster than we're getting the vaccine. Now, we did have a dump in December, so some of that is why there. But we have the capacity to do even more than this if we continue to get the vaccine. And so, people talk about do X, do Y. Really, for us, we have the throughput. If you're able to get us more vaccine, which I've asked the federal government, we will be able to do even more than for the 400,000 we did last week. And so I think that's great. I think that's a testament. Some of the hospitals have done a great job. County health departments in conjunction with the state setting up sites, but also Publix has played a big role in that, particularly in the last week or two. And so that's why we're here today. I was down here last week meeting with the Mayor Kerner, as well as some of the other folks in the county, discussing how things are going. This is not only one of our biggest counties, but you have 25% of this county is 65 and older. This is the first county, Palm Beach, where we did a pod, where we brought it to a senior living community and vaccinated hundreds of seniors right on site. But it was also one we knew that we were going to have to continue to look for innovative ways to be able to reach so many seniors. And so we discussed different options about, okay, as we get more, what do you want to do? I told them about the partnership that we've had with Publix now. We started in 3 counties in Central Florida, Citrus, Hernando, and Marion, and we had the vaccine at 22 different Publix pharmacies. They do between 100 and 125 shots a day at each individual location. And when we did it, I just showed up in Hernando, started talking to all the seniors, and the response has been uniformly positive. I've received a lot of correspondence from people that are so happy because it's convenient. Not every senior is going to drive halfway across town or across a county to go to a drive-through site. They need something that's more convenient. So we really felt that was something that was very good. So last week we expanded the partnership to 83 additional Publix pharmacies in Northwest, Northeast, and Southwest Florida. And that has gone very, very well. People are happy. They're able to get the vaccine. And so when I met with the folks in the county, they said that by their calculations, 90% of all seniors in Palm Beach County live within a mile and a half of at least one Publix. And so I've said, okay, if we get it into the Publixes, then you're going to be able to have easy access for senior citizens throughout this county. And so today, it's a great announcement to say that we are expanding the state's partnership with Publix to Palm Beach County. And that will include And that will include all 67 Publix pharmacies in Palm Beach County. And so if you think about that throughput, that's 100 to 125 shots at each one of those a day. And so up to this point, we've worked with Publix in medium-sized counties with high senior populations. This is the first really large county that we're doing with a high senior population, but we're really excited. And it's not just Palm Beach. We're also doing 7 Publix pharmacies in Martin County, as well as 2 Publix pharmacies in Monroe County. They're doing Isla Mirada and they're doing Key West. And so South Florida is going to have a lot of Publixes. And of course, we will do more as we get more vaccine in. So with the announcement of Palm Beach, Martin, and Monroe, we will now have 181 Publix pharmacies across 15 counties providing vaccines to senior citizens. And I just want to emphasize for everybody, the way Publix is doing it, I think is the right way. It's by appointment only. So don't just show up. They have a process for this. It's been very orderly, very easy. When you follow the process with the appointment, you go in, they run it like clockwork. You have to be observed for 15 minutes after the shot, but then you're on your way. So this is something that's been very convenient, but it is important that people know that it is appointment only. If you show up unannounced, they're just going to simply give you the information about how to sign up. You can visit publix.com/COVID vaccine for more information. Just want to let everyone know, the reservations are going to be open starting tomorrow, Wednesday, for these new sites. And then the shots will begin on Thursday. So this is going to happen very quickly, and we're really, really excited about it. We're also excited about continuing to put seniors first. I think if you look, we're doing more and more each week. We are doing more than we're getting allotted on a weekly basis now. And, obviously there was some surplus from the December period of Christmas and New Year's, but we want to expand. We're ready to accept more vaccine. And I think our senior citizens have really appreciated, that Florida's putting them first. And we're going to continue to do that until every senior that has a vaccine or who wants a vaccine has had a vaccine. We're going to continue focusing on seniors first, and we're going to look for different ways to be able to get it into communities. Right now, all 67 counties, people have access to at least one site in every county in Florida. Now, obviously, there's some counties, where you have a lot of big hospital system. They got a lot of different places. It's like Orlando, Miami-Dade. But even the rural counties have at least one place where you can get the vaccine. And here in Palm Beach, obviously, this is going to be a major force multiplier to be able to have over 60 Publix stores throughout this county where seniors will be able to go, get it, and then they will schedule you for a booster shot. The way they're doing it, you do get your card and everything, and then Publix is reaching out to people, scheduling them when the appropriate time comes. So most of the vaccine I think Publix has been using is Moderna, so that's a 28-day lag in terms of the booster shot. But I want to thank Publix for what they're doing. My view is look, when things work, you want to follow through that. If people are satisfied, you want to do it. So we feel that there's been great satisfaction here. We also feel like there's been great satisfaction in some of the drive-through testing sites that we've done, whether it's Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, whether it's at the Villages in Central Florida at the big senior community there, or some of the county health sites. We've gotten some great feedback about what's going on in Martin County, for example, and some other great places. We also like the houses of worship, being able to bring these on Sundays to houses of worship. We've done a lot of African-American churches, so we're going to continue to want to do there. So this has really picked up a lot of momentum. I think if you look nationwide, we had a few days as a country where we were over 1 million shots in one day. And obviously, Florida, we've had days where we've done over 80,000 shots in one day. When we were planning this, we figured, hey, if we could get up to 50,000 a day and really do that, that would be a good clip. We're much beyond that when we have the supply. So Publix is here in Palm Beach and Martin counties, as well as Monroe. You can start signing up tomorrow morning, Wednesday, and on Thursday, the shots will begin. So it's an exciting day. It's an exciting announcement, and I look forward to the seniors in this part of the state enjoying the experience the same way I've seen seniors from other parts of the state enjoy it. Any questions? Well, they're doing everyone in Palm Beach, and so well, we initially just focused on some counties that had high senior populations, but maybe not as robust health systems as you would see in like a Miami-Dade or like an Orlando. And then we tried to focus on medium-sized counties that had a lot of seniors. Now, this is the first really large county that we're doing, and it's obviously a lot more stores. I mean, when you're in a place like Hernando, you're talking maybe 10 Publixes, 7, 8 Publixes. When you're in Palm Beach and you're over 60, that's a lot. But we have confidence that this is a good system here, and we know that they'll put the doses to good use. So we're happy to be able to expand it here. But I think the pilot was designed to really, okay, there's going to be 22 stores across 3 different counties. Let's see how it goes. It went swimmingly, and so now we're going to expand. I think it depends on how much vaccine we get. And I think you've seen Johnson & Johnson has now had some preliminary data about their 1-dose vaccine. We anticipate that potentially getting an emergency use authorization sometime in February. Now, the production on that, I actually talked to Steve Hahn, the FDA commissioner, I think on Thursday or Friday, and just asked him how it was going. He was very optimistic about the efficacy, but we're not sure, I guess, exactly the production. But if they produce that at a wide scale, that's 1 dose, doesn't require a deep freeze. And so that would be something that you would be able to probably get out into the broader workforce. But that's going to be dependent on when it's what the data says, ultimately when it's approved, and then how many doses are available. We are anticipating, from talking with Warp Speed over the last week or so, that Florida will start getting more on a weekly basis than we've been getting. We've been getting basically about 265,000 between Pfizer and Moderna. But as the numbers I cited you, the first 2 full weeks that we've done it, we've been 350 and over 400. So we clearly can do it. So I think they're going to give us more just naturally because there's going to be more vaccine. But then I also think if they stick to this idea of the places with higher senior populations get more, and viewing it that way, then that obviously helps us because we have 21% of our state is 65 and over. There's a lot of other states, even some large states, that are much less than that. So that'll be helpful for us. So we're sticking with seniors first, but I do think that as you get more, whether it's AstraZeneca, whether it's the Johnson & Johnson, and if you think about it from a workforce perspective, if you're doing employees, you don't want to mess with the booster shot. You would just want a 1-dose vaccine. You don't want to mess with the deep freeze. It's much easier, I think, if you're talking about a police department or a school district or some of those things. And at this point, even if you were to get a Moderna like at the beginning of February, you'd still need to get that second shot later. We may be at the point where as we get to the end of February, you have a Johnson & Johnson and you have some of these other things. It's Florida residents. So, we are doing Martin, but we understand how that can go. So, it is Florida residents, but we just understand how, particularly in South Florida, you can have cross county. That's fine. We just want to make sure it's for Floridians. Yeah, so, well, let me just say, so there hasn't actually been, a large number. I mean, there have been some folks, but the vast majority of those folks are Florida residents, at least part-time. So they live here in the winter and have homes and everything. Now, there have been some examples of, some hospital brought someone in from Latin America or whatever. We are discouraging that. Where, in fact, that you may even see something come out of ACA just saying, like, look, this is for Florida residents. And we understand a place like North Palm Beach County, you have people that live here 6 months. That's fine. They use the hospitals here. They pay taxes. But to just kind of come in from another country or whatever, we don't support that, and we're not going to allow that. But I would say this. what does it say? I mean, we're obviously doing a good job of getting senior shots if people are willing to come here from all over the place. I mean, you know, there were people I read, there was one guy was like, yeah, if I was in, another state, I wouldn't have even been eligible for this. And so, we're not going to do that. We're not doing vaccine tourism, but I do think it does show that folks understand that when the experts were saying to do the workers first, Florida put seniors first, and now people are starting to follow what we're doing. So I think it's going to make a big difference. I mean, if you look at the number of people we're vaccinating, we keep doing it. Man, I think it's going to save a lot of lives. And the thing is this thing's got a cycle to it naturally. And so if you wait on the seniors, there's going to be some time there where they're going to be some of them may be exposed. So we're working to get as many done as possible. And I think that's going to prove to be the right strategy. So I'm happy to be in Palm Beach. I was happy to be able to meet with Mayor Kerner and everyone last week. They've been working really hard. We've worked very closely together. We wanted to see what more can we do to help seniors in Palm Beach County. And I think everyone at that table last week thought, you know what, if you get it into Publix, our seniors, that's very easy for them to be able to do, rather than have them drive all over God's creation. We understand. I mean, if you're 80 years old, it's easier to go to the supermarket than to do some of this other stuff. So I think this is going to be really exciting. I think Publix has done a great job, and we're going to keep doing what works. And so as more people are able to do it in Publix, we continue to get great feedback. We're going to look to expand it as we get more vaccine. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Good to see you guys. God bless.